Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of the Nearly Midnight Movie Chat. Today, of course, is May 24, 2021, and we finally got our first look at the long gestating, ever moved back film, The Eternals, and my God, was that trailer... Wait, what was that? Oh yeah, it was a boring trailer that wasn't worth the hype. Let's talk about it right now. Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? Welcome to the show tonight. So I'm early tonight for a couple reasons. One is I'm still feeling the effects of the Moderna vaccine. For the last 24 hours, I have been feeling nothing but queasy. Today was no better, so I'm going to do this early so I can actually go to bed at a decent time tonight. I got to try to get a good night's sleep, so that's why I'm a little bit early. And then also I have a toddler, a 3.5-year-old, who doesn't like bed despite not having a nap. So imagine mini dictator, little... Sometimes she walks around the house with her hands behind her back, pacing like a dictator would, like a little mini Napoleon. I mean, which is kind of an oxymoron in and of itself. But still, I'm having to deal with that. So tonight's been kind of fun. But today we got ourselves an interesting look. Finally woke up. Saw that The Eternals was finally a teaser came out. And my God, was that was not worth the hype, you know? The way that everyone was kind of building that movie up was kind of like it would be like the first time you had sex. And so the first time you get a taste, the first time you get a tease, the first time it's just, you know, just the tip. It's kind of boring. It's nothing like the movies promised us. But let's take a look here at the chat. Check in with you guys here real quick. Saying the haze. Amazon Overlord here starts off by saying, I'm going to have to agree with you. Totally. Andrew Casale here says, I don't care for Eternals, but you care about fighting your dad. Oh, I was sent that screenshot again today. Had a good laugh at that. Anyway, Gary B here says, the Eternal ship is where N. Sabah Nur Apocalypse gets his enhanced powers. He just calls himself the first one. That means the world's first mutant is coming. You know, maybe. I mean, I don't know if they want to go back to the whole apocalypse thing. 2016 wasn't that long ago. It's been 5 years since X-Men Apocalypse, and I don't think anyone out there. Did anyone really care for X-Men Apocalypse? That is a question that I like to ponder from time to time. I saw it one time, and I feel like that was enough. I don't think I own it on home video. I think I just kind of went, no, I'm good. Thank you. Dark Phoenix was a much better movie. F the haters. You know that I'm correct. Anyway, Garrick asks, what's with all the pessimism for the Eternals? So here's the thing with the Eternals. One, no one really asked for this concept. All right. And I've been saying for a while that the cosmic side of Marvel is almost a step too far. The comic book fans, they're going to be all, you know, just nothing but just like skeet. They're going to be very happy with that. Be very happy with all of that kind of stuff. But when it comes to your average non-comic book reading MCU fanboy, which is the vast overwhelming majority, ain't no one going to care. And no one has really had any kind of hype for this. Now, Marvel itself has also downplayed the hype for this, and even today's trailer downplayed the hype for this movie. It was very fascinating to see this thing kind of come out when it did, and a lot of people out there were just kind of bored with it, myself included. I watched it a number of times today to go, okay, I woke up in the morning and I was all excited. I watched it. My kids are being loud. I'm like, okay. You know what? They went down for a nap. I watched it again just to be on the safe side. Still not really feeling it. I came in the office. I was working on another thing. I propped it up on my computer, played it with my Bose headphones on. Like, okay, let's do this. Still was just like, yeah, I don't care. Nothing about this to me is coming across as like exciting. Now, someone did say to me on Twitter, oh, boys only just want there to be explosions, which is not true. Not in my case. I love watching movies without explosions, but I like watching movies that I feel have some form of purpose. The Eternals, to me, doesn't really have that kind of purpose. When there's a line from Gemma Chan's character where she says, we've stood by, we've watched for thousands of years without ever interfering until now. And it's like, there's been some shit that's happened over the span of humanity where perhaps, I don't know, during a genocide with 6 million Jews and never mind all the other Christians and gypsies and homosexuals and lesbians and ne'er-do-wells and people the state considered to be bad faith actors and they just wanted to eliminate, twins. Believe it or not, if you were a twin, you were targeted, especially if you were a Jewish twin. They did a lot of bad things to twins back then. But the point I'm trying to get through here is that it's like, it doesn't, is it tying into the snap? Because the snap didn't just impact Earth, it impacted everything in the universe. I don't know. But I'll tell you the biggest pessimism thing there. And that's Chloe Zhao. Oh, and this is exactly what I said when she won Best Picture. I'm like, why didn't they run on the hype the next morning of dropping the teaser trailer morning after because it was a month ago, by the way. The Oscars were a month ago that she won Best Director and Best Picture for a movie about a woman who loses her house and her job and her husband, like a terrible country song, moves into her van down by the river and gets a seasonal position with Amazon. A real great, real amazing, real good, feel good picture. Never mind, it's almost an accurate representation of aspects of Americana right now. You know what I mean? It was like depressing. But if you listen to what exactly they're saying in this, it's kind of fast. And hold on here, I see this here. Last saying here, $2. Says, you're really going to cry over a teaser that's that. I'm not crying over a teaser. I'm saying that the hype wasn't worth it. I'm saying that the hype in the teaser wasn't worth it. And the fact that Marvel purposefully downplayed Chloe Zhao's involvement in the film, in this teaser, in the very first public look of this movie, it goes to show you that there is just not hype happening at this moment in time. And I've seen more people out today saying that it was just kind of disappointing because you know what? This is the thing. What is it that Feige said in an interview following Chloe Zhao's win? All right. And he was talking about the pitch that she made. And he was talking about how she shot the sunset. And she did all these tricks in camera. And then it looked amazing. And she was trying to, he had to pitch her vision in order to get it greenlit. That he had to back her up. That she was going to wow him with all these visuals and all this amazing sort of thing. And then you watch the teaser today, and there is not 1 ounce of that in that teaser. There is, I know they went for natural lighting, but maybe it was just the YouTube version I saw. I felt that the color grading was pretty terrible. It could have been a bit brighter. There was you see flashes of things here and there. There's an Avengers joke in the trailer. Now that Captain Rogers and Iron Man are both out of the picture, who's going to lead the Avengers now? Says the tiny child eating shawarma, or a form of shawarma. It's at a dinner table somewhere. And then there's, Richard Madden like, well, I could, it was Icarus, right? That's who it is, that Icarus? I don't know. Ares, who gives a shit? And then it's like, oh, I could do it. Well, what about me? Like, you're an Eternal. You've been around for like a gazillion years. And you want to lead the Avengers? Like, what is this? If you are literally immortal, why would you care about leading the Avengers? That's kind of the whole thing. Is it just doesn't the movie was greenlit as in retaliation to DC announcing that Ava DuVernay was going to be doing the New Gods, right? With I think Tom King. They announced that. And April 2018 and then May 2018, all of a sudden you find out that the New Gods is being made and that the New Gods here actually has a release date that is going to meet this year and all these kind of things. That's what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about. When you are in a situation like this, where it is clearly studio v studio competition, but the product is not something that anyone is really giving much of a crap about, besides the fact here that isn't the Eternals also some Jack Kirby stuff, right? Doesn't he involved in that some way? I mean, it has like some wild visuals And what we have a silhouette shot of Gemma Chan getting her hair braided by a young indigenous girl set back, like, I don't know, in like Egypt or something. Ooh. I mean, that looks more boring than Captain Marvel, and that movie ended up being very just, yeah. So we were, Feige was talking about all of this, like, masterful cinematography and all of this stuff that's going to blow your mind. And the very first thing we see is either a poorly cut together trailer or something that is indicative of the final product, which the final product is something that there has not been a lot of hype over. And even when they were at the pinnacle moment of hype, the pinnacle moment of her winning Best Director and Best Picture at the Oscars, at an Oscars with the lowest viewership of all time, under like 10.2 million people is what it ended up being. They didn't capitalize on any of that, what would have been 100% overblown, over the top free press. And because it's a Marvel, and because it's going to be championing Chloe Zhao coming off that thing, then the press would have been like on their knees begging Feige to unzip. It would just like, they'll be like, just tap me on the head, Kevin. Just let me know when you're going to finish. Like, that is how much they would have suckled that down in that daytime. But no, a month passes and then we get a teaser and it's underwhelming AF. That's what's going on. And I'm just saying, it's like, it could be good, but this first one did not set the bar, and it already had a low bar to cover, because this direct competition, The New Gods, was canceled a couple months ago. Right? It's direct competition. And so again, does anyone out there like, is anyone out there like going, oh my God, I need to see the Eternals so much. I'm not saying it's going to be terrible. I'm just saying this was not a good trailer. But also, real quick, my channel here, new member, dude, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm not going AWOL this time. I'm streaming as much as I can on this channel. That's my focus, is building up the community over here, because I can at least have these conversations. I'm not saying that the movie is going to be bad. I'm just saying that this trailer was definitely not worth the hype. This was something that, I mean, like, people might go, but Guardians, people didn't want Guardians had nothing going for it at the time. And it's like, well, no, Guardians had a talking tree and a wisecracking raccoon with an effing machine gun. All right. That was voiced by Bradley Cooper. What did you have in this trailer? One shot of Angelina Jolie wielding a weapon and like cutting down banners and ribbons. Like, hey, everyone, my special power is interior design and redecoration. Hold on. I also minored in feng shui. Like, you know what I mean? It was just anyway. Now, AJ here says the teaser trailer is just that. They usually are everywhere. Just wait for an actual trailer. But the movie drops like literally in November. It comes out in just under 6 months. It has been done now for like over a year. It's been done. And yet the first thing we really see of it is something that is just underwhelming. You figure all of this time, especially with like the Marvel hype machine, it would have been something. But at least it does, kind of explain one thing. It does do one thing, by the way. And I said this earlier on another stream. The way that Marvel has structured its content rollout for this year, May is the only month where we will not be getting new Marvel content, right? May is the only month, really. However, that's changed because we got the first trailer for this movie, which is considered new Marvel content in May. So it might only be 2 minutes, but hey, it's something. So we're getting new Marvel content literally every month. I'm just saying they could have done something a little better with that one. Anyway, all right, let's take a look here. Roosevelt says I'm overreacting. I'm not overreacting. I'm not overreacting. It's just, because I'm literally like, I've just watched it again before going live, and it still was like, eh. You know what? They pimped up Chloe Zhao to be this big, huge, major thing, and she's not a big. It's just kind of like, it just kind of feels like it's very kind of iffy. Now, I did invite RJ Resident Justice, who has always defended Eternals to me. I invited him in. I don't know what he's up to. He may come by and act as that voice of dissent on my opinion, which is great. Andrew here says you should do more Podio commentary on your second channel. No, I moved it all from its second channel back over to this channel because I'm trying to do more long form content over here and more curated content over here involving live streams. I put out the video today about the porno thing because I thought it was an interesting part of last night's conversation. And I figured Mia Khalifa and Johnny Sins on the cover would probably get some people's attention. Anyway, now Dio Brando here says that Guardians had a much better trailer too. Yeah, that's very true. H Bart's $5 super chat says, I like the trailer, needs a story one though. You think Angelina is a one and done? I don't know, man. I mean, like Angelina Jolie and Salma Hayek are big names. I don't think they would sign up for just one movie. Marvel generally signs people to these long contracts. So they do a lot of that kind of stuff. The story trailer, and I said today, I'm all like, look, I will reassess my opinion when I see a story trailer. I will reassess my opinion when I see a story trailer. Right now, there wasn't a story. It was just, I know like Gemma Chan's Cersei, that's her character, right? I know she's the main character in the movie, which is why we spent the most time with her in the trailer and showing her through different timelines. But it's also kind of like, okay, nothing. What I was looking for was like the amazing cinematography that we were told we were going to get, that Kevin Feige hyped up. Because again, like I mentioned before, that he's like, Chloe shot this sunset in real life. It was a real sunset and it wasn't green screen. And you're like, what? Like, what? I love you, Feige. Is this it? Is this like that one? Is this the one stinker? Is this going to be that one stinker? I mean, like, here's the thing, is there's enough goodwill with Marvel that they can put out a couple movies that aren't going to be the greatest and people will still be okay with it. But it all depends on what they're going to do with this thing going forward. I have no freaking idea. Ryan here asking, do I think I'll see Cruella? Yeah, I'm going to watch Cruella. Yeah, I'm not going to go see it in theaters. I'm just going to get it at home because I think my kids are going to want to. Well, I don't know. It might scare my daughter. We were watching Bob's Burgers tonight, and there was an episode with like a dead pig that Tina had to dissect, and she kept having nightmares over it. And my 3-year-old was just like literally losing her mind over it. Like I had to turn it off. We watch Bob's Burgers all the time. It's like she loves the show. That just got to her. So I was like, all right, no dead pig episode. Okay, so hold on. Chocolate City here says a Karen indeed. Who's the Karen? I want to know. Now Venom first trailer actually sucked too. So did Wonder Woman 84. The difference being that Venom was actually an entertaining enough movie and Wonder Woman 84 was not. So there's that. Anyway, all right. Lay in Delhi here says Zack Snyder has set the bar so high. Every other comic book movie looks like trash. No, I disagree. Don't get me wrong. I love Zack Snyder's comic book movies, but, no, he hasn't he set the bar for DC. Sure. And they'll never reach it, to be honest with you. They don't know their head from their asshole over there. So they're not going to reach it at all. So as a result of that, I wouldn't expect that to be anything, but Marvel knows what it's doing. I just wonder if this is one of those situations where Kevin Feige was taken in by a project pitch. And he kind of, look, this is like after the Black Panther Oscar thing, I think Feige is gunning for an Oscar nomination and an Oscar win. Because Black Panther was a fun movie. Was it Oscar-worthy movie? No, it was not at all. It's not Oscar-worthy movie. It was not at all. Nothing about it was, the special effects were, right? But like the writing, no. The acting, no. The visual effects, yes. The movie itself, no. It's a boilerplate Marvel movie. It definitely was a cultural impactful movie. I loved it. But it wasn't worth the praise in some aspects that it was getting, which is why when the Academy, a month after the release of Black Panther, put out that statement like, hey, we're going to do a most popular movie of the year award. There was so much pushback from everyone pointing and laughing by saying, you just give it to Black Panther because we know you want to, that they ended up silently killing that award. And then they still nominated it for Best Picture. And so again, it being nominated for Best Picture, it wasn't going to win, but it being nominated was definitely a thing. And Feige, I think, wanted that. So I think Chloe Zhao, pitched him on this concept that could win Eternals some kind of Oscar gold or do well during the award season. Her winning Best Picture and Best Director this year definitely solidified that decision in Kevin Feige's mind. But the fact that her name wasn't all over this teaser trailer today is very indicative of something else that's going on behind the scenes. Now, whether or not some people have argued that this has to do with comments she has made regarding China, I believe over the Hong Kong issue. Oh, but it's interesting nonetheless that her name wasn't attached because we know Feige wants attention. We know Feige wants to win awards. That's the next step. When you have produced the highest grossing films of all time, when everything you touch is met with like riotous applause by your fan base, what is left to conquer? What is left to conquer? That's the award circuit. In Hollywood, that's the ultimate pinnacle. Like literally, it was like win Best Picture, first comic book movie to ever do it. Could Feige pull it off? After Joker won best, it was up for the nominations and it won Best Actor. That put the pressure on. So Feige at this point is going to very much want to try to find somebody or something that can get him that award. Whether it's going to be Chloe Zhao or Ryan Coogler, I have no idea. But that is something I guarantee you he is gunning for right now. So anyway. All right, let me kind of get to the front here of the chat. All right. All right. Exar here says Venom was a popcorn movie, not a masterpiece. That's true. Amazon Overlord here says Suicide Squad won an Oscar. It won an Oscar for costume design. Costume design. That's why it won an Oscar. All right. Costume design. So, and I think Black Panther won costume design too. Tiger Tank here says Infinity War should have won something. Infinity War should have been up for Best Movie. Infinity War was a better movie. It was better made, better acted, better written, better produced. It was a better movie than Black Panther. And it should have been up for the awards. Josh Brolin for Thanos should have been up for Best Supporting. Right? I mean, like, Infinity War was just an inherently better movie. But they went with Black Panther because Black Panther was the one that they wanted to prop up. And I don't blame them for it, but that's what they wanted. So Geeks here says, I'm giving Captain Marvel 2 a chance and Eternals. Yeah, no, me too. I'm not going to like not go see these movies. All right. Like keep that. You guys got to keep that in mind. I might be bitching about this, but I'm not going to sit there and go and go boycott it or not go see it. I thought Captain Marvel looked like ass. I still went to the preview screening. I'm a motherfucking Marvel fanboy through and through. So 100% I'm going to go see these movies. That ain't going to change. I'm just saying it's like the Captain Marvel trailer didn't impress me on its first trailer. The movie didn't impress me on its first trailer. So like generally speaking, it's kind of like, what is it you're trying to sell me here? I just think that given the prowess of the director and the pimping up of that prowess, this was underwhelming. That's my biggest complaint. Brad Pitt here says, why is Feige gunning so hard for an Oscar? Awards don't mean anything at this point. To you and me, it doesn't mean a damn thing. All right. And I've worked for the company that provides the flowers for the Oscars. So I've seen like inside that world of how vain it is. It's very vain, by the way. Very vain, very egotistical. But like I said, at this point, he has conquered every other world except that one. So that's where his focus is going to be. It's going to be expanding the empire into television, which makes sense because that will further prop up the movies to make more money, which is just good business. But then he'll try to figure out a way to produce a movie that wins Best Picture. So then he can go up there as the producer, because a Best Picture win is not necessarily for the director. That is for the producers. So he can go up there and he can then say, like, I, Kevin Feige, who run Marvel Studios, made a Marvel movie, Best Picture of the damn year. That's what he's gunning for. And that's what he wants. And I get it. And I get it, because that's the last mountain to climb. After that, he'll probably retire. Right? Because at that point, there's what else are you going to do, man? That's the problem. Like, Kevin Feige is at the point where he is like almost so OP in regards to just status within Hollywood that he'll eventually get the Oscar. Whether or not it's deserved or he buys it, I have no freaking idea. I think, but the thing is, I don't want to disparage Kevin Feige because I truly respect the man. Yeah, I understand that this is like, in my mind, in my opinion, this is his goal. But I respect the man, and I respect his hustle, and I respect his product. So I'm not disparaging Feige. I want him to win. But you can tell that that is a desire of his, that is something he very much wants to do. Let me see here. I think I saw one. Anyway, H. Bart's here says, Henry Cavill could have played a Robb Stark character. What, in Game of Thrones? I mean, they keep talking about like Cavill joining the MCU as like Captain Britain or something. I have no idea. But anyway, let's see here. He might get an honorary Oscar at the end of his career. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But he doesn't want that. He wants Best Picture, I guarantee you. All right. Agent Josh here says, so we get an Eternal movie, but not a Howard the Duck movie. What the fuck? Well, we were going to get a Howard the Duck TV show that was going to be created and run by Kevin Smith and for Hulu. And they canceled it. At least we got MODOK. MODOK is really, really, really funny. So yeah, Jaro here says the Best Picture is in fact for the producer. Usually the PGA winner wins Best Picture. Yeah, it's true. XR here says Endgame is the most overrated comedy movie ever. I disagree. Garrick here asking the hard question. How do you feel about Kevin Spacey coming back to movies? That's fascinating, man. A lot of people are losing their mind over Kevin Spacey coming back, right? Like a lot of people are losing their damn mind over this. And it's like, look, man, like have you looked into those situations, to those accusations? Right? Like, have you looked into that at all? They're wild, for one. Like, they are exceptionally wild. The key thing to look at, though, is the fact that, like, in a couple cases, they were just straight thrown out. I know that one accuser has died, and I think like another accuser has died. So it's like, I mean, now people out there are like, you know, when the first accuser died, that was like a big deal. People were like, oh shit, it's Kevin. And then Kevin, he comes out with those videos where he's playing Frank Underwood, you know, from House of Cards. And he's like, you know, he's in that kind of weird diabolical character role again. And you're like, what are you doing? And now he's look, the role that he's in this Franco Nero, right? That's who's directing it, in this new movie, is a cameo. It's not the lead role. It's not whatever, but this is the whole point. People can get mad at Kevin Spacey all they want, and they're going to attack him all they want, and that's their right to criticize. He's been accused of stuff, but that stuff has not been proven in a court of law. He kind of copped up to it a little bit when he made his statement saying that he now lives as a gay man, but everyone knew he was gay. So, okay, you know what I mean? Like, that ended up being a joke in and of itself because it was so kind of outlandish. But over enough time, I mean, look at Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski sodomized a 13-year-old girl when she was high on drugs in Jack Nicholson's, you know, like jacuzzi. And he's still making movies, and he's still being protected by Hollywood, and he's still doing all of those things. You know, and it's like, even it's like Hollywood will eventually look the other way on everything if your art is good enough. And Kevin Spacey is a good enough actor to where eventually people are just going to stop caring. That is just the reality of it, right? They're going to complain. He'll come back small. He'll do a couple small parts here and there. He probably won't ever lead a movie ever again. But who knows? Mel Gibson, back in 2006, got arrested while drunk driving in Malibu and was recorded disparaging the Jews in Hollywood, by the way. And that's not something you do in Hollywood or ever, but that's what he was doing. And yet he went to Hollywood jail. He went to Hollywood jail. And now he's back acting again. He's back directing again. His last movie, Hacksaw Ridge, was up for Best Picture. Andrew Garfield is up for Best Actor. I think it won a couple, or it was up for some stuff. Hollywood doesn't care. All the people freaking out about even Weinstein, they don't give a shit, dude. I'm just telling you. Because at the end of the day, you can go and find images of Bryan Singer and Roland Emmerich throwing these, gay twink pool parties where there have been massive amounts of allegations over plying out minors with alcohol and drugs over the years. And Roland Emmerich still directs movies. Bryan Singer got accused once. It ended up being bogus back in 2014. That ended up being absolutely thrown out of court by a guy named Michael Egan, because that was proven, he was proven to not have done it because the time frame that Egan gave didn't match up with where Singer was. And they end up moving on, and so Singer still made movies and whatnot, and Singer will eventually come back. It just, eventually they all come back. They'll just do smaller projects to rebuild their cred. And eventually everyone is going to forget. Even with the internet, eventually people are going to forget. And the worst part of it is that because of the apathetic nature of humanity, people won't just forget. They just won't give a shit. And that's the weirdest part of it. So it's you know what? We'll have to wait and see, but that's kind of where I'm at with that whole situation. Anyway. All right, here. H Barts. I meant Rob Stark playing Icarus in the Eternal. Oh, okay, yeah. You're talking. Yeah, I get you, man. I get you. Henry Cavill could have played him. Yeah, I would like to see. I mean, look, at this point, is it weird for me to say as a Henry Cavill fan that I don't want him to play in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? That's not to say that I don't think he would be fine in it. I think he would, and I think they would treat him better than DC has 100%. But if he's happy playing Geralt of Rivia, I want him playing Geralt of Rivia. If he wants to play Commander Shepard in a Mass Effect movie, and that's where he wants to be, and he's right for it, by all means, man, let him do it. I like Henry Cavill, but not everyone has to eventually tie themselves into a Marvel franchise. Don't get me wrong. If Marvel came knocking on my door and they were like, hey, we've heard your sultry, sexy voice on the internet, and we'd like to invite you to have some kind of, audio-based role in a Marvel property, I'd be like, where the fuck do I sign up? I'll pay you if you can also get me in on Star Wars. Let me voice a stormtrooper or something, or some kind of maybe let me just lend my voice something. I told the showrunner, who's also one of the co-creators of The Simpsons, Michael Price, because we follow each other on Twitter, when they were talking about F is for Family season 5. I told him, dude, if there is a voice role that you can that I could do, I will fly myself to LA and I will come in and I will do it for free. Because F is for Family is my favorite show. Outside of The Mandalorian and stuff, it's my favorite Netflix comedy. And I'm I would do it for free. SAG wouldn't let me do it for free. But you know what? I would do give me in line. Give me in line in there. So anyway. All right. Bat Dan here says, if you are wrong about Restore the Snyderverse, I want you to wear a dress on all your streams for a year and not hide the camera. No. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that at all. You got to pay me for that kind of kink, buddy. Anyway, I see we've got RJ here. How's it going, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Sorry I joined a little late. For any reason, Twitter didn't pop up that message until way later for some reason. I don't know. DMs are broken like that.
No, it happens. It happens sometimes. Real quick though, hold on. H Barts here says, I bought Zack Snyder's Justice League 4K on Amazon UK today. Nice, man. Nice.
Did you see the video though? That one guy getting upset there was advertising for the Batman Suicide Squad though, so he ripped it up and filmed it on Twitter, saying, "I'm removing this trash from my Blu-ray copy. Don't do that anymore." It's wow, they're so scared that you boycotted that and ripped apart that piece of paper
that he already paid for.
Yeah.
Ooh, they got your money, buddy. Oh my! I hate people. I just think that's so stupid. It's I'm upset at this, then just don't watch it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Are you getting your 4K copy of Zack Snyder's Justice? Then watch that. But I think a lot of that's just for internet clout too. I think people just do it for internet clout. They just want to. They just want people to go, look at me, I have a penis. It's so massive.
Pretty much, just easy clicks and attention.
A lot of that is I mean, it's like when what was it? There was that one when the I think it was when the PlayStation 3 launched. in Toys R Us in Times Square. Like, I think it's like the first guy that walks out with the PS3 or something like that, walked out with it and then just smashed it on the pavement. To just record the screams, the howls, and the cries of the people that were waiting in line to get theirs. They spent all that money just to get a viral video of them smashing the PlayStation in front of a crowd of people. And to that kind of trolling, I'm like, that's pretty good. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, Lord Slug has same point. I'm like, imagine boycotting the Batman. Like, hell no, I'm not gonna boycott that movie.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's kind of the whole thing. That's kind of the whole thing that a lot of people, I think, are going to start trying to argue to boycott the Batman or boycott Suicide Squad when it comes out, in a couple months. And it's like, no, why? Like, as much as I want more Snyder content, and I do, I am very much like, I want to see these movies. And I'm
you don't punish other filmmakers either.
No, I don't.
Fair to them.
That's not fair to them. They want to tell their stories. It's like, it's cool, man. Like, plus, like I saw the image of Paul Dano as Riddler, that one, and like
there's been a bunch of leaked promo materials coming out,
and like people were getting mad about that, like that ain't hashtag that's not my Riddler, or whatever. And I'm like, dude, that was
saying, Jim Carrey looked better.
Jim Carrey looked amazing in the role, and I will not hear an unkind word about that. But at the same time, it's like this is more of like it's a different take on it, and that's fine.
It's a serial killer vibe.
Yeah, and that's cool. It's kind of like not so much a Jigsaw thing, but kind of close on that one a little bit. Real quick here though, I did see this from Ben Bamboo. I do want to, because I think he's got an interesting point. It says, not joining the Eternals looks boring bandwagon, but that's what the fandom menace wants. Surprised they haven't pushed the Force diversity and other white Grievous Trumpian dog whistles instead.
Oh, they have. They already.
I honestly have not been paying attention. I found the trailer boring, but that nothing to do with the cast. I just found the trailer to be boring. I just thought it was like, oh, okay, like,
Oh, what were you expecting from it though? Because I'm like, I looked at him, it's like I'm intrigued, but it's just a teaser trailer. Like I have nothing to go off of. It's like, well, the visuals look pretty,
Well, because that's what they pimped us. That's what Feige was pimping up after her Oscar win. The whole thing of just like, yeah, like like she shot this sunset. And
natural
it wasn't
lighting
CG.
and on
natural. And I saw the
yeah.
natural lighting in the trailer, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it because it's like it doesn't match. It needs to be, the color grading needs to be different for that. By the way, like it absolutely needs to be a little bit on the different side. I think that's it's an early teaser trailer cut off of. This is probably the trailer that they cut last year. To be honest with you, this is probably the trailer because well, no, here's the thing: the movie's been shot since like 2019.
Yeah, it's been done for a while.
It's meant to come out last year. So all the marketing material, all the different, because usually there's 3 trailers, right? You have teaser trailer, trailer 1, final trailer, right? And so like all of those trailers were already at the
they were probably just holding on to them.
Yeah, they were sitting on a server somewhere, or maybe not sitting on a server somewhere because of what happened with the Avengers Age of Ultron trailer.
I remember that, yeah.
Like a week early or something.
Hydra, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was done on purpose, kind of like the Deadpool like leaked footage from 2014.
You think so? Because that really messed up Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Because that's supposed to be like why people watched like that season premiere. It's supposed to be like a big, it's all connected moment for the show.
Oh, for Age of Ultron?
Yeah, because there was like an episode. I think that episode had something to do with Age of Ultron. So it's like you watch the episode, it ties into the movie, and then you get the first trailer as you watch the episode. So that's how it's supposed to connect.
Oh, I didn't know that because I always watched them kind of after the fact. So, well, I mean, was Age of Ultron? That would have been between season 3 and season 4?
I think it was season 2.
Okay, well, season two had a very. I remember I've seen the end of season 2, which was a pretty badass season finale. But I don't know, man. Like, I mean, by that point in time, Feige had already moved away from Ike Perlmutter, and Perlmutter started pulling back
each other. Yeah,
yeah. So Perlmutter had already started pulling back. So I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, season 3 went a completely different direction.
That's anyway, why they stopped like connecting and all that.
Yeah, and that's terrible because they did a really good job leading up to that one, and now Feige's back in charge. Now we're going to get it. H-Bart's here, $2. Thank you very much. It says, did they de-age Angelina for the Eternals? I
don't believe so. No.
I mean, she looks really good. Like I was, like she kind of looked pretty gaunt for a while, but that might have just been the double mastectomy.
Yeah, and she's basically playing blonde Wonder Woman. So there you go.
Yeah, there we go. Finally, an accurate representation. I'm kidding. Uh, I just think it's like, and I did talk about the whole thing with the trailer earlier, but the reason why I think the hype wasn't worth it had everything to do generally with the fact that, like Kevin was, hyping up all this stuff, hyping up the sunset stuff. And the teaser was just bland. Nothing about it stood out, not even cinematography speaking. Not even the aesthetic really kind of stood
I
out.
thought it looked visually interesting in a way. I mean,
what about
like
it was visually interesting though?
Well, I mean, I like the opening shot. I mean, the music choice was pretty sweet. I like the opening shot of like that spaceship coming out to greet the cavemen. Send them up as like these godly beings, or like not interfering. Well, that does bring up the one thing. I don't know if you saw like the jokes everyone's making, like, where were the Eternals during the Infinity War? It's like Thanos. Thanos is a deviant, and he's doing this. Why do I have the population? Like, no, we're not going to interfere. It's all good. We're just going to stay on our ship.
Yeah, like, oh, Earth, man. We got to go back to Earth on this one. Oh, the Avengers are all messed up now. Who's going to lead the Avengers? Like, what?
Yeah, they put that joke in there for like the normies, though. Like, they have to have a reference that way. It's like
that joke. I know, and it feels so insanely forced. Right, that joke felt so over the top forced.
No, I agree. Yeah,
because the joke I made earlier was like, oh, there's that little kid, eating shawarma. Talking about like, who's gonna lead the Avengers now, and then like Gemma Chan, like I know it's meant to show like them like in different ages. That's the whole point, right? It's like in different.
It's from like the beginning of man to present day.
Yeah. So like 200 some odd thousand years ago, right? To now, I guess, and we've never intervened until now. Well, why are you intervening now? Like I get the story.
Well, apparently
trailer.
It's because the deviants have returned or something. Because the story is that the Celestials from Guardians created both the Eternals and the deviants like thousands of years ago. So the Eternals are the good guys, deviants are the bad guys. Deviants were wiped out thousands of years ago, but suddenly they came back. But
the snap? The snap? Did it bring him back?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look, the thing is, like, this is where the cosmic side of it is going to get really weird for the normies, because the cosmic side of it is going to be something that's going to be like, again, it's a bit of a hard,
because there's a rumor that this movie is going to show the origin story of Thanos, like not like directly, but there'd be like a big Easter egg where you see him as a child.
Really?
Yeah, that was a rumor for a long time, like something like big, like a big connection to the previous movies. Like you'll see them throughout the other movies in a way. So it all goes back to like Iron Man 1, you'll see them like throughout like different events of the MCU, which if that's the case, that could be cool. Like seeing from their perspective.
But if they haven't done anything,
they're just they'll just be like debating, should we get involved? No. And then that's going to be every single scene.
It's going to be like every single, oh, look, hey, wow, they opened up a portal using the Tesseract, and like, here come the Chitauri to New York, and the Chitauri are really messing everything up. And, oh, look, there's Iron Man with a nuke. He's got a kick-ass nuke.
Should we interfere?
No. Okay. Well, here's Ultron with a whole bunch of vibranium.
He's about to launch an asteroid into this European country. It's going to blow up the Earth.
Yeah. Should we do something about it? No. Big Bang Theory's on. No, they got it. And then it's like, oh, but here comes this, snap out of, did half the Eternals snap out of existence too?
That's going to be a very interesting question, because like I said, apparently in the comics, Thanos was a deviant. So it's like they had to have known about him if they're going to connect that. So
I guess.
Unless they're going to retcon that and say he never was a deviant. He just, I don't know.
I mean, they also didn't have Thanos wanting to kill everybody in order to get some pussy. So
they should have done that, man. They should have just exchanged.
They should have brought in They should have brought in. Yeah, I agree. That's a fair point. As much as I would like to see Lady Death, them bringing in, having it be Hela would be fascinating. It'd be hella interesting, right? But it's like, but then again, it would kind of like. But I kind of thought it was funny how they changed it to the environmental impact. It's like, like,
I know the chat's talking about leaked scripts. I don't hate to change the subject, but
did you see the
leaked scripts for the Powerpuff Girls show?
I did.
They are such dog shit, dude.
Hold on. Ray here, $5 super chat. Thank you. Said there's a theory they didn't have their memories current time and they gained them back after Endgame. Just FYI.
Yeah, that is a rumor that their memories got wiped and they've been living amongst humans for like hundreds of years, and they only just now got their memories back post Endgame.
So, but
because the deviants come back.
So they don't know who they are, but they've been living amongst humans for hundreds of years, so they haven't died or aged or done anything.
But they get like reincarnated though, apparently, or something. Like they live like a different life once they like, I don't know.
Get old. I mean, what? Birth, live, die, repeat. Is this like a Tom Cruise movie? Like what
Maybe,
the hell?
It's like, or it's like they only arrived on Earth like 50 years ago or something. Because like they said that Kamon and Johnny's been like a Bollywood actor for like 20 years. He's like a super like hot celebrity or something. That's his character. That's from the comics too. So I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
No, I'm
weird.
not. Oh no, I'm not attacking you, man. I'm not attacking you, Ray. Not at all. That just sounds so stupid. I mean, listen. Like I've said, Marvel has earned enough. They've earned enough to warrant having the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. All right.
This is a big risk for them, though. They're like leaping off the cliff in a way. They might be jumping the shark.
Well, and the thing is, what do they have to? Well, when they first announced it, right? When they first announced it, they thought they were going to be going up against the New Gods, and it's like,
that movie got canceled.
Then they're like, oh, we could totally take on the New Gods. That's probably what they were thinking. Like the New Gods is probably going to be so shit because of how DC runs things that just by default, this is going to look better, right? That this is going to be better. And then that gets canceled, and they're like, well, now we're stuck with this product. And I mean, look, I'll tell you. But
Bamboo brings up a good point too, though. Kamon and Johnny's Pakistani, and India and Pakistani have like some really bad relations right now. So there's some controversy with him being in the movie and the Miss Marvel show because they got some Pakistani actors playing Indians. Oh
yeah, that's very true. And then also you've got Chloe Zhao's name wasn't on this teaser today at all.
Yeah, and you kept saying they should have put her name all over the teaser trailer for the Oscars.
If you're trying to hype it up, the next film from Oscar-winning director Chloe Zhao, the director of Nomadland, the one depressing movie that you haven't watched.
I guarantee it was because of China. I really do.
Oh yeah.
Because I think they're going to try super hard to get the movie to play there. And they're like, hey, look, we're not going to put her name on it. Just pretend she didn't direct it.
Yeah. Who's going to direct it? Some guy named Dick?
They'll just change the name in China. They'll say Alan Smithy.
I would love it if they did that. I would love it if they brought in Alan Smithy. Because for one, I wouldn't say people could look it up in China. But generally speaking, you had to have
and DC. I don't think that's true though. I thought James Gunn's name was on some of the Guardians trailers. I could have sworn his name was on some stuff.
Well, I mean, his name is all over the Suicide Squad thing from the horribly twisted mind of James Gunn. And
they're marking that movie solely off of him, his brand name.
Yeah, I know, but it's like but he's got someone can just go find those old tweets, where he says like some of the shit that he said and totally attack from the horribly twisted mind. And then someone in the feminist will be like, it's a pedophile, whatever, man.
Amazon Overlord. I don't know. I mean, I know some people share that same sentiment, but I don't know if I agree with the MCU.
Oh yeah. Well, here. Okay. I've seen this before as well. Saying here, maybe it's time for the MCU to end. And the thing with it is though, is that
they got too many more stories to tell, man. They just got X-Men and Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
They can run decades of stories alone.
Plus what they still already have going on. The thing is, it's not that the MCU needs to end. Not at all. The DCEU doesn't need to end. None of these things need to end. What they need is consistency.
I would argue the DCU might need to end, get rebooted, but that's a conversation for another day.
Well, what are they going to, the worlds of DC? They've already tried that nonsense. Now
just reboot with the Batman. That's what I've been saying.
Well, it might be that. I don't know. I don't know. They're on their own path, and me personally, I'm having any trouble giving any bit of a crap. I mean, outside of Batman and Suicide Squad, because I want to see them, and I'll see Shazam because I really enjoyed the first Shazam, and I think David F. Sandberg is a good director.
Black Adam.
I'll see Black Adam because
We all know you love The Rock, man. It's okay.
I like The Rock. I keep trying to say that. I got it. I just say he's not a movie star, but he is the world's greatest entertainer, right? Like that is his. It's like he's the world's greatest entertainer for wrestling acting. Batista's probably Batista in my mind is an actor and a movie star. Cena is a movie star, but he's also a big ass goofball.
Mm-hmm.
So it really just depends.
I feel bad for him because Fast and Furious reviews have not been very kind.
For John Cena?
Well, Kinda. It's. I mean, he's just stuck being in what people are saying is like the worst Fast and Furious movie since like the first three. So.
Well, okay, for one, like people need to calm the hell down.
Oh, I know. I'm saying it's getting
Uh,
camera
like for
reviews,
one,
even
I
from
mean,
the
if you go
fans.
look at this point, if you go into the Fast and Furious films and you are not, and you don't know what the hell to expect, I don't know what
Well,
the
here's the thing.
hell to
Apparently,
tell
the
you.
people who even knew what to expect said it went way too far this time, which
Oh
makes you
well,
wonder what the hell could have happened.
oh, I mean, well, just look at it and you can kind of tell. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, magnet cars through a house, right?
Going
And it's
into
like apparently
space.
like Justin Lin's kid came up with that idea or
Yeah, he
something.
did. He was playing with his toys and said, "Dad, this would be a cool idea." He's like, "Okay, let's put it in the movie."
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool to do that? Oh wow, so they've already opened the the F9 in China, but it doesn't open here until June 25th.
Yeah, it's
My
a
God.
whole. We gotta wait a whole extra month. But apparently, it's already a leaked copy out there, so we'll see.
Let me look. Because there's a place I can kind of check. Anyway, let's see here. All right, F9. I don't know, maybe it's up there. I haven't seen it yet. Okay. Cool. I don't want to pirate it. I want to watch it. Anyway, Ryan here, $5. Thank you. Says, honestly, how could you top wiping out half of all existence? You can't. Well, that's the whole thing. Is like you can't on that front, but that doesn't mean there's not going to be any other kind of threat.
I would say Galactus. You know,
Galactus and
yeah.
Doctor Doom. Like that's going to be like Doctor Doom's going to be a big one. Doctor Doom is going to be a big one that a lot of people are going to be waiting for because they also want Fantastic Four. This is like the third iteration of Fantastic Four. This one has to work. This has to be third time is the charm. And I don't count the Roger Corman film because like that, you know, that was so long ago.
I count. Well, you know, it's funny. You could argue it's actually the best Fantastic Four movie in terms of representing the characters.
I don't know. Okay. I mean,
it's not good.
That is a take.
Saying, yeah.
That is a take, RJ. That is a take. Rel here says, if the Batman sucks, poor RJ is going to be in shambles.
Oh, trust me, I'm never going to recover. Because I'm hedging my bets on that movie, man.
You're gonna probably have to. H Bart's here, another $5. Thank you, man. Says, I wonder if Thanos will cameo his species. Titans are related to Eternals. Well, we were kind of talking about that with the deviant side of things, and whether or not we're gonna see.
Yeah, because Thanos was a disfigured Titan, but apparently he was like disfigured. Like he's also a deviant. I'm not for sure. I'm not too much of an expert on that, but like he's like a disfigured Titan that's also a deviant. So.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Also, like, if if they weren't interfering with anything until now, didn't Thanos spend years, decades going through the universe and just like eliminating half a population?
Yeah, with his armada. Yeah, he would go
his
to
armada
a planet and then wipe out half the population, then leave and go.
While seeking all of those stones and everything else. So it's like, yeah. I mean, don't you think for a hot second that maybe if the Eternals were doing their job, they might have been able to step in and stop something.
Hold on, remember though, Captain Marvel was out there. Apparently, she was going around in space helping all those planets. So,
well, we don't know where she's been, and they're obviously not going to show us.
Yeah, they're just going to skip that over. Probably.
Yeah. I mean, well,
unless they bring it up in Secret Invasion, maybe.
Well, they're going to bring it up in Captain Marvel 2, which is going to come out before Secret Invasion. So, Captain Marvel 2 comes out next year because right now Brie Larson's training for it, and they're going to start filming it pretty soon. And remember, there was the line from Monica Rambeau in WandaVision about how she's not too happy with Carol Danvers because Carol was gone when her mom was sick.
People are gonna give me crap for this, but I honestly think Captain Marvel 2 could be a lot The Marvels would probably be a better movie than the first one. I really do. Got a better director, better screenwriter. Got Kamala Khan and Monica, who was great in WandaVision. Yeah, it's got a lot of potential to be a much improved sequel.
Oh, I completely agree. Let's see here. Let's see. Xbox Series X consoles currently available at Target.
Get them all you can, because you're gonna get snapped up real quick.
It's out of stock near me. Let's see here. Yeah. Where is it? Anywhere near me? I've been wanting to get my hands on it. It's all like, do you want it? Yeah, I want it. God damn it! I've been trying to get it, man.
Yeah, I was lucky to get my Series S on GameStop. So,
well, I don't want the Series S. I want the X.
Yeah, that's understandable. It's like, but I already have a PS5, so it's like I only want the S for like the Game Pass stuff. So,
X gonna give it to you. That's how I see it. Anyway, all right. I see Rel says here the first one in Tokyo Drift are fire.
I'll be honest. I have not seen Tokyo Drift yet. That's the one I have not
Dude,
watched.
it's good. It's good.
People keep telling me it's like the black sheep of the franchise.
It's not the black sheep of the family. Number 2 of anything is the black sheep of the family. And I like number 2, but I think John Singleton like over directed it. You know, and it like, if you talk about just the most absurd, there in Fast and Furious 2, they legitimately have like an EMP gun, right? Like it shoots a dart into the car, and it turns off the car with like an little mini EMP blast. And it's like, you know, but you get the introduction of Ludacris and Tyrese, who I really enjoyed. And then you get Eva Mendes, and I liked her cameo in Fast 5 at the end of that thing. So hopefully she makes another appearance at some point in time.
Yeah, and Tokyo Drift was one that introduced Han, wasn't it?
Is the one that introduced Han, and it also brought in Lucas Black and Little Bow Wow, Lucas Black had a cameo appearance in number 7. And I think he's going to be back in this one as well.
Yeah, I think they showed him in the trailer.
Yeah, so it's like, obviously they're bringing everyone back together because, you know, family. And yeah, so I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm a big Fast and Furious fan. I have been since 2001. So I'm very excited to see where this whole thing goes. I can't believe it's been 20 years of this franchise. And I know I probably know more about this franchise than I do in elements of the American government. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
that's pretty sad. I probably know more about Fast and Furious than I know about even like some elements of Star Wars that I really like. It's just like, I've paid attention to this franchise. Like, I've written multiple blog posts over the years about why I like the Fast and Furious franchise. Paul Walker's death, like, honest to God, hurt.
Oh yeah, trust me, it did for me too.
I was sitting at the drive-in, and I was sitting on I was just watching a movie, eating my popcorn, and one of our regulars came by, and he's all like, "Hey, did you hear about Paul Walker?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "He died today." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" No. He's like, "Yeah, he died in a car accident." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And I went and looked it up. I'm like, "Holy shit!" And then I saw the video footage.
See, I didn't see any of the video footage.
Yeah, I saw the video footage of people who because the car blew up, right? Like the car just blew up, and so he died pretty quick. And then it was like, you know, all that stuff, but it stuck with me for like weeks. Like him and Robin Williams, when Robin Williams died a few months later.
Oh, Robin Williams was
that stuck with me for a while as well. Yeah. Cause it was just tragic, you know? And so I think that's one of the reasons why, like, I've just kind of been like, I've been more.
And that was me with Chadwick Boseman as well. That really got to me too.
That was very, very, out of the thing. All right, so hold on. Let me go through a couple of these super chats here real quick. Ray here, $5, says, "This is a problem with cinematic universe. Fans will always ask, where was this new superhero person when X happened?" That's going to be the biggest thing with X-Men. That's going to be the biggest thing with X-Men, especially with Xavier and Magneto in their history.
Because how do you change that? Because them being born in the 40s, you know, or
I don't know
20s when they're like young men in World War II.
But this is probably going to be where the multiverse comes into play. Like, and that's kind of how I feel it's going to have to be, because you're right. Like
they'll all just walk through a portal and merge with the main universe.
Kind of. You know what I mean? They did it with you know, the Arrowverse and whatnot, and people kind of just people were okay with it. All you have to do is establish it one time in a believable enough fashion, and then everyone will just make that conclusion to themselves every time you need to bring them together.
Yeah,
but
Multiverse of Madness is going to be a big movie, because I feel like that might not introduce. Well, I think I'm not saying that, but start sowing the seeds or something like that.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to I think Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is going to introduce Fantastic Four.
I agree with that. Yeah,
and I think that we're going to get.
They're going to say the Fantastic Four got lost in the quantum realm.
That would make sense. Yeah, that's going to make sense. And that's where they got their powers from and everything else. And that's where Doom's been all this time too. And, you know, this is fine. Screw it. I'm down. Whatever. You know, alter it enough. Just give me a solid adaptation of Fantastic Four. And, you know, but here's the thing. I also enjoyed the first 2 movies. I'll fully admit. I liked the first movie quite a bit. I think it had good representation of the characters, especially Michael Chiklis as the Thing. And
I like that. I like the actor for Reed Richards, actually.
Oh yeah, I know he was good. And then I had a big crush on Jessica Alba. I mean,
she's the weak link of that franchise, but I understand.
I don't care. Not one.
They did kind of screw up Galactus, though. I mean, I'm just gonna
say. That was a Fox decision. I don't know why they made him a gigantic ball of gas. But I mean, at least the Silver Surfer was cool, right?
Yeah.
So that was pretty
Lawrence
dope.
Fishburne as the voice.
Yeah, and Doug Jones was the actor in the costume. You ever watched Hellboy?
Yeah, I did. I love Doug Jones.
Yep. Oh yeah, today's his birthday. Got to wish him happy birthday. I'm in a humble brag, but we've been friends on Facebook now since like 2011. So bam. I'm also friends with the director of Paranormal Activity.
Really?
Yeah, Oren Pelly is from he's from San Diego, and
nice.
so when we found out that I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, okay, we're still friends. I just took a quick look. I typed in Oren. It's like, yeah, friends. I'm like, okay, cool. All right. Anyway, real quick here. Ryan, $2 super chat says, do you think Brie Larson is a good actor? Yes. Yes, I do. You've got Short Term 12, which was a great film. She was in that one.
Room was fantastic.
I haven't seen The Room, but she won the Oscar for it, and I've seen some stuff from it, and she was good. I think Kong Skull Island, she was really good in that movie too.
Scott Pilgrim, she was pretty good.
She was great.
21 Jump Street.
She was in 21 Jump Street?
Yeah, she was. The first one.
Who was she in 21 Jump Street?
I think she was Jonah Hill's girlfriend, maybe? I don't remember. I could have sworn she was in that movie.
I know Dakota Johnson was in the movie. Oh, yeah. Okay, she was wow, yeah, wow. Wow, I didn't even know that. She was the one that was hanging out with yeah, okay. That was her and Dave Franco.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
yeah.
right. She looks a little bit different now. Did she have like a nose job done?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember.
I mean, like I think she has, this is going to sound weird. I think she's kind of grown into herself, in the past 10 years. So like, some people like cause she kind of had like, it's like Jennifer, go back and look at Jennifer Lawrence in The Beaver, right? Or Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique in X-Men First Class.
And, yeah, very different compared to Dark Phoenix Mystique.
Well, very, very different on that one, but just look at like the physicality over the span of like almost a decade, how her body has evolved. She's grown up. She's matured, because she was still like a teenager when they did X-Men First Class.
Yeah, same with the Hunger Games, at least the first one. Like she looked super young, yeah.
So, I mean, Jennifer, yeah, that's the whole thing. Hunger Games, yeah, like what did she look like back then? She just looked a lot younger, I mean, like, and then you look at her now and it's like, no, she does not look like that anymore. And she's distractingly beautiful. So, anyway, and then H Bart's here, $2 says Icarus would destroy Captain Marvel, like in the sack.
I don't know if I'd want to see that, man. I mean, Icarus is a cool character. He's basically like the Eternals version of Superman. You got Richard Madden playing him. I'm more excited for Kit Harington as Dan Whitman because he plays the Black Knight. So that'll be interesting for that because it's a very niche character, but it's pretty cool. And it's like, imagine like a knight, like a Jedi from Star Wars who wears like a knight's helmet, basically.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, I know, like, and that's the one that, like, that's what they're supposedly going to be setting up.
But apparently his role is, like, super small. It's like a cameo, just a hint at the future for him.
Oh, okay. Because it's from my understanding, like, they are trying to build the franchise out, like, around him. I just don't know what the Eternals here are going to be doing.
Yeah. I think in the 90s, the Black Knight and Cersei were members of the Avengers. So I'd keep an eye out for that, too.
Okay. Well, that's Angelina Jolie, right?
No, Gemma Chan.
Gemma Chan. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't, Dan. I mean, I know they offered her the role coming off of Captain Marvel from 2 years ago because you don't know that it's her.
But nobody knew. It's like she got killed off. No one cared.
And no one cared. Well, we like you. Let's bring you back over here. But look, here's the thing. I just want to bring this up to kind of like further go back on a point that I had. And that is, hold on, let me get the comment off the screen. Actually, I just want to keep that one handy for another H Barts one. Is pretty funny. But look at this is the thumbnail that Marvel used for the teaser trailer. This is what they put out there.
Yeah, all of them in their suits.
What about this is in any way visually stunning or appealing?
It's very unique costume design.
Sure, fine. Yeah, I grant the costume design to be interesting, but other than that, look at how it's natural lighting. So which I'm generally pretty fine with, but there's no color grading. It's very just I know they're attempting to look stoic, but it's so bland. It's just bland. That's all this is. And
So I don't know if you saw, but people are complaining that it doesn't look as visually compelling as some of the Jack Kirby artwork. Is that something that you're noticing here too?
Well, yeah. So it's like, it's like, yeah, it's what point they're talking about like, oh, well, we're going to make this in the vein of Jack Kirby. Cause I mean, that's what also Ava DuVernay ever say about the New Gods, right?
Yeah. They're both trying to invoke Jack Kirby. Like,
yeah. And it's like,
because Jack Kirby made the New Gods at DC, then he left DC and, or no, was it backwards? No,
I think it was backwards. I think he did the Eternals first. And then, so you've got this right here. And then you've got like this right here. I mean, and this is just standard artwork. I have no freaking idea who the hell these characters are. I mean, are these the same characters?
The blonde one is Icarus, and I believe the green one is Cersei, and that the blonde hair with like the headpiece is Angelina Jolie's character. So the other ones I have no clue.
Okay. I mean, but if you look at it though, it's like this is at least vibrant, lively, 1960s-esque Art Deco type stuff, right? At least there's something here. There's attitude, there's style here. And then you look at this and you're just like, is this like, they're all looking at the camera.
Yeah. Well, that's a problem with Marvel in
band
general,
photo.
too. The costumes all look the same. Like they all went to the same tailor. They don't try and make them look too different. It's like they all kind of look somewhat similar.
Yeah. I mean, Kumail Nanjiani, he looks ripped over here on the side.
Dude, he got jacked. Dude.
He got jacked.
Like his whole face has changed.
I know. Like that's it. If it was possible, I would love to like get hired by. I would love to become like a better actor, to get hired by Marvel, to go on the Marvel diet, to go on like the Marvel workout regimen, and be like, yeah, like just one time.
I hear it's torturous as hell though, dude.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what? Screw it. I'm almost 40 and whatnot. I need to make a change. I am down like 10 pounds though, so I'm very happy about that. So that's part of my weight loss journey right now. Anyway, we real quick here, we got HWAD here with a $2 one, says looking forward to Eternal working at Amazon.
Oh yeah. I still feel this movie is going to be very hard to market at the end of the day.
I think
that's what we're noticing.
It is hard to market. Like, what about the, like, if it's like, we're going to make the same like Jack Kirby, and then you're like, all right, cool. And then you look at it and it's all like,
I just think it's so weird and so different. It's like, how do you market something like this? Because this is like very much Marvel's first art house movie, I would say.
Yeah.
Like really then going for something different,
Well, the thing is though, like the Disney marketing team is like pretty damn fantastic, right? The marketing team for Disney, they know how to market anything to anyone at any point in time. That's not even going to be a problem. What it boils down to here ultimately is merchandising. Will they be able to merchandise any of this kind of stuff? And I
got logos and toys coming already.
Oh, I'm sure, but is anyone going to buy them?
Maybe. You know what this reminded me of? Like this first Eternals trailer. It looked like a Terrence Malick movie. That's what it reminded me of. Like
that is not a good thing.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying that's what it looked like to me. Like a Terrence Malick kind of directing style of movie.
That is not a good. I'm not wanting that like at all. Like no. Corky Criminal here says Eternals will be forgettable. Yeah, I agree. Ryan Hartwell with a great point for $2 saying, I miss having iconic movie posters. Now we have ironic movie posters.
I wish Drew Struzan would come back out of retirement so you could like draw some of these posters up.
Yeah, they got to do some stuff like that.
Because every single Marvel poster looks the same. It's all the characters standing around, and it's like each character's like somewhere in the poster. Same format for every single product. Even the Disney Plus shows, like the Loki poster looks just like the the Black Widow poster. Look the exact same.
Yeah, it looks like everything. Yeah, it looks like everything else. I know. And the thing is, but that homogenization is kind of like on purpose, right? That homogenization is done simply because that is where they want to because they are trying to create that ongoing persistent universe. That is what they're into. That's what they're into. And I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens as this movie gets closer to its release, because who knows if people are going to give much of a crap about this, like it's again, like, I mean, looking even over at Reddit here, like I got the Reddit thread up here, and it's, and the top comment is Ancient Aliens, the movie. Right? Like,
you know what? They're not wrong. I mean, it's aliens visiting cavemen.
Basically, yeah. It's like, I mean,
no, that's literally the plot, though. They help man cultivate land, learn how to make weapons, everything.
Yeah. I could just imagine that one guy with the crazy hair popping up as a cameo in this movie. It's like aliens. It's just it's so stupid. Um, all right. So yeah, so Jack Kirby was inspired by Chariot of the Gods when he created the Eternals. They weren't even intended to be canon to the Marvel universe at first.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like a limited series. It's like something he's doing for himself.
Yeah, and so someone else follows up with that here on Reddit, and they say this explains so much. Everything about the Eternals feels so weird and out of place, even when you compare it to the typical Marvel stuff. It feels like a comic universe from a different publisher shoved itself into Marvel. And
But they're referencing Captain America, so that's how you know.
I guess so, man. Like that's the thing too. If the fans of the franchise, if the fans of of Jack Kirby's art, because this, I kind of feel like, didn't Marvel sign a deal with Jack Kirby? Like, wasn't there a fight with like the Kirby estate or something?
I don't remember. I know about a year ago he was made an official Disney legend. He got the Disney Legend Award. His family was awarded that, so I don't know.
Yeah. Now Roosevelt here says, "Watch, this is going to win Best Picture." Well, that's the plan.
It's not going to though. The
Oscars,
what Feige wants. The Academy hates mainstream blockbusters. They'll never nominate.
But with
they'll
Chloe
nominate,
Zhao,
but they won't let it win.
No, with Chloe Zhao now being the one who won,
they don't like to reward people twice in a row, though.
That's not always true.
Especially for a comic book movie, I would say.
But dude, they ran. Remember, they were going to give Black Panther the most popular film of the year award back in 2019.
That was for ratings, though, not because they actually valued it.
It was going to be entirely for just because it was Black Panther.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They were just going to give it like a handout trophy for ratings.
Well, maybe that's what they should do. Maybe they should. You know what? Hey,
the Oscars are desperate need to get their ratings up, so maybe they do need to bring back that category.
Maybe. Let's see here. Corgi Criminal says Eternals will get canceled in China and Middle East with the gay kiss. Oh no, the gay kiss will easily be cut out.
I don't think so, man. Feige was saying it was going to be something substantial with Brian T. Henry and another character.
They'll cut it out for the international release. They always do.
I guess so. Yeah,
they always do. I mean, outside of Western culture, homosexuality generally doesn't exist.
Well, you told me for Alien Covenant they cut out most of the xenomorph stuff.
They did for China. Yeah, they did. They cut out I think 90% of the xenomorph.
It's just ridiculous, man.
It's all part of the oppressive regimes that are there. I would love to visit China, but I'm pretty sure my public comments about that stuff, that's going to keep me.
I would never want to go there.
I would love to go to China. It'd be fantastic. I think it'd be great.
I'd be too scared, honestly.
Why?
I mean, it's not as bad as North Korea. I mean, Jesus,
dude, I would go to North Korea too. I would totally go to North Korea if they opened up tourism. That would be sick.
Why? You want to go walk around the schools with like the artwork of them killing Americans?
Why not?
You want to see that?
I mean, we had a guy who was coming in here that was named "America Deserves Another 9/11." You know what I mean? Like that kind of propaganda doesn't bother me at all. I'm not gonna steal any artwork or nothing like that. I'm gonna treat it like when I go to the forest. Leave only footprints, take only memories. All right. But it's no. I mean, if they open up, it'd be such an. It's almost like North Korea, to an extent, is kind of like a time capsule. It's like
they're trapped like 50 years ago.
Yeah, it's like 50, 60 years ago. Same with Cuba. Cuba's always kind of been trapped in that like 60s, 70s aesthetic. And a lot of that has to do with just the governments and how they handled it and everything else back in the early days of Castro. And like the Bay of Pigs type stuff, And then, so, I mean, I'm screwing up dates on this one. It's a random thought. Don't hold it over my head. But again, I would love to go see that kind of thing. And I think it'd be kind of cool to like see that architecture and realize like just you're in this very different world. And it's, it's not glitzer or glamorous, nothing like that. I wouldn't want to stay like for long. Like, let me go in and GTFO. Because I might say something to get me in trouble.
There's a fascinating documentary you should watch called Dark Side of the Ring. It's a documentary series about wrestling. They did an episode about, I think it was WCW did an event in North Korea. You should read up on that because it's fascinating. Like, watch that because it's like crazy.
I might have to give that a check out. Yeah, let's see. H-Bart's here, $5. It says, you want to see the Bollywood dance scene? Also, Andrew Casale is getting his own MCU film. Is it the one where Andrew fights his dad? Because like I'm hearing that's going to be like the fight of the century.
Wait, so what happened with Andrew Casali?
All right. So I will show you guys this just because I feel like I was sent this today.
Oh, no.
So the so the other night, Andrew was getting into it with Mladen in the chat.
Yeah, I heard there was like some massive beef going on.
They were having a bit of a tiff, right? And I get it, and then I kind of was laughing about the whole thing as I usually do, because Andrew was like, oh, I can fight, and he was more or less like threatening to fight Mladen, and he started kind of getting upset, and then he said this comment. Because I was like, calm down. And he says, "You haven't seen me, Jarbo. I can get angry at others or my dad." So that's the movie that H. Bart's here is talking about, that it's going to be Andrew versus his dad in the MCU. Anyway.
Jesus.
Anyway, hey, just be happy I didn't make my Boss Baby joke tonight, okay?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. It's going to Peacock, ain't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was the thing too. Is they announced today that Boss Baby, was it Family Business or whatever the hell it's called, is going to be premiering in July on in both theaters where they'll play it and on Peacock. It originally was just going to be coming out on like September 15th in theaters.
Yeah, exclusively
only.
in theaters. They moved it up by quite a few months.
By 2 months, and they're putting it on day and date release with Peacock. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty wild. Because the first Boss Baby, regardless of whatever you think of it, it made a lot of money.
It made a ton. Plus, they got that Netflix cartoon.
That's a good cartoon. It's a very good cartoon. I was talking. I made a crack about it last night. If you check out, the video,
I heard that you went on this like 5-minute tirade saying, "No, it's actually good, guys. Believe me."
Well, no, what I did is I set up this show I was talking about Netflix. Like, there's a show on Netflix that's really good characterization. It's 4 seasons. It's really interesting. I just kept building it up, and then at the end, I'm like, of course, I'm talking about Boss Baby back in business.
And what's messed up though? Tobey Maguire's not coming back for Boss Baby 2. So I know Andrew's not going to be happy about that.
Who was he in Boss Baby 1? Was he the dad?
He was the narrator. He played the adult version of the main kid.
Oh, yeah.
I think they replaced him with someone else.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay though. It's been so long. I think the first one came out like in 2013. So the fact that like the next one's coming out 8 years later, like, is just wild.
Was it really 2013? There's no way. It must. I think I could have sworn it was 2017 or 2016.
Maybe I'm right. It is 2017. My bad. I got the year.
Yeah, I was about to say if it was 2013. I was about to lose my mind.
Yeah,
there's no way.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Like, I do want to see whatever Boss Baby 2 is going to be. I think it's going to be.
I saw the trailer. It's like the original kid and the baby.
Oh wait, there's actually a trailer for the new one?
It came out months ago, dude.
I never saw the trailer.
Yeah, it came out like about a month or 2 ago.
Oh wow, really? Mm-hmm. Holy crap, it did. How did I not know about this? Y'all want to watch it? Nah, you know what? I'll watch it later. Yeah,
you don't want to get the copyrights.
Yeah. That was the thing. We watched the Fear Street trilogy trailer the other night, and I got a content ID claim. Let's see here. Aaron Entertainment says if Charpo went to North Korea, they would take away his phone, passport, and any device, and have guards waiting outside his hotel door and wiretapping his phones.
That's what they did to the wrestlers, man. That's what they did to the wrestlers.
Most likely, yeah. Jokes on them, though. I have a bunch of small cameras. But no, they would definitely do that. They would definitely like, oh, this guy, he likes to talk. So no, I won't be doing that. Anyway, I would like to travel to North. I just want to travel to other countries like Australia, New Zealand.
I was planning to go to Japan before the pandemic hit. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to go see Japan as well. I think that'd be fantastic. I really want to go to I really want to go and prove Logan Paul wrong.
You want to go visit the Suicide Forest, dude?
Oh, 100% do I want to go visit the Suicide Forest. 100%. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to go touch that place, man. Too much bad juju.
That's if you believe in that sort of thing. I'm not saying, I wouldn't take anything out, obviously, but it's like, well, look, what you have to understand is Logan Paul faked that whole thing.
I kind of figured he did, yeah.
That whole thing was faked, and even at one point in his video, you can see the body move. Like it moves twice in the span of like 3 seconds. And it's like they say twice that they don't have any cell phone service out there. Yet the security guard is able to like walk 5 feet back and call 50. And you never see 50 show up. You see an ambulance show up carrying a stretcher, but you never actually see.
I'm shocked that Logan Paul even survived that, man. Like people just like completely forgot that even happened.
Well, because
when it first came out, it was like the biggest story in the world. But
if he would have said that it was fake, that would have destroyed his career. Okay. That would have destroyed his career. But the fact that he didn't say that it was fake and that no one else came out and said that it was fake and they all stuck to their guns and they all stuck to their story, he took the punishment, but he was able to make his way past it. Because at this point it's seen as negligent rather than an actual like scam, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get the benefit
Wouldn't
of the doubt.
Wouldn't it be worse though if it was actually real?
No, because it's
he showed a dead body and all that.
Yeah, because people go there and actually commit suicide. That would be like, that is a thing. Like 100 people a year are estimated to commit suicide there. So that is 100%. Like you see a fair amount of that. What I'm talking about here is like, it would be worse to come out and say that it was fake, because then it would show that you're not being like a stupid gaijin, right? You're not being a stupid American. You are willfully and maliciously faking something that is a very sacred issue in Japan. It's a very sensitive subject in Japan. That is an international incident. That is one of the reasons why it was as big as it was.
Yeah. Well, he was doing other stuff in Japan too, like really like stupid stuff, like being a stupid American, like messing with Japanese people purposely. Yeah. Even before the Suicide Force stuff.
Hold on here. Music Man. No. It was a real body. It was a real person. They weren't hung. And it's like, again, if you know anything about the physicality of a body when it dies, especially when it's been hung, the guy his feet were on the ground effectively. You know, when you die from hanging, your body slumps because you're dead and it's no longer holding you up. Gravity then takes over. And if you go and you look at actual images of hanging victims that are left over time, their neck starts to stretch, right? The guy was there. He was in like a nice coat, you know. They just blurred out his face and they painted his hands blue. Mm-hmm. It's all because there's
the memes of that situation that were hilarious. Because when you're wearing that stupid Toy Story beanie hat of the aliens.
Yeah, I know. Vamp King says, "How do you know it's fake?" I've taken homicide writers courses taught by detectives from the San Bernardino Sheriff's Office who actually did solve murders. I have taken courses where we have actually gone through cases point by point and looked at the photos and looked at this kind of stuff. Dude, I'm an avid true crime fan. You telling me you going to believe that I've never spent a lot of time looking at what happens when people die? You know, like I was a kid in the 90s and we had Gore Gallery and Rotten.com. All right. Like those were big sites when I was a kid. I find that stuff to be fascinating, and never mind the fact that it's, I don't know, I pay attention and I'm very observant. It's fake as all hell, man. All right. So, wait, hold on here. Andrew, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing?
H Bart said, both Mladen and Andrew are both here for $2 super chat.
Oh shit. Round 2, ladies and gentlemen. Here tonight, Hollywood After Dark, we're going to be watching another fight taking place. Andrew David Casale versus Mladen the Goliath. 2 men enter, 1 man leave.
It'll probably be a better boxing match than any of the Logan Paul or Jake Paul matches.
Yeah.
Which are completely rigged and faked.
I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny. I just think the whole thing's kind of funny. It's like, Andrew, I just want Andrew to calm down and you know, just chill out, take a pill.
Yeah, man, we're getting some Spider-Man No Way Home news apparently on Friday from Total Film. So be ready for that.
Oh yeah. I'm there's like another trailer that's coming tomorrow, right?
I think it's for Jungle Cruise. That's what I heard. Oh no. Last Night in Soho, the new Edgar Wright movie.
That's tomorrow. Yeah. I want to see that one. So according to Fast 9 response, because there was a screening tonight at the Chinese theater in LA, and a bunch of people went to go see it. And according to Andrew Salazar here, who is the managing editor of Discussing Film, he says that F9 gives you exactly what you came for without it ever getting too bloated. Far from perfect, but Justin Lin proves that he truly understands why the series is so special. The definitive Fast and Furious director. Yeah, well, I mean, that's true. So he is the definitive Fast and Furious director. He has done, he understands these characters better than anybody else. Eric Davis from, what is Eric Davis from?
He's from Fandango, isn't he?
Yeah, Fandango. He says, I saw Fast 9. It's exactly what you hope it will be. It's the perfect summer blockbuster, massive, memorable action sequences with lots of humor, heart, family drama, super magnets, and they finally go to space. Longtime Fast fans will adore all the nods to previous films. Most likely. Yeah. I'm excited to see it. I really want to see it. If that's the one, like, if you had asked me what movie do you want to see the most this summer, it's gonna be like, it would be Fast and Furious. Like, it would be hands down Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, we got Cruella and A Quiet Place Part 2 this weekend. I'll be very interested in the box offices for both of those.
Yeah, Cruella's also going to be on the premiere for Disney Plus, so I think people are going to pay for it. And I'm
looking forward to it. It's been getting some good reviews.
It has been getting good reviews. I was really, really interested in the fact that it was getting as many good reviews as it was. I was kind of surprised by that. I was like, oh, wow, holy crap. Because it just looked bad. But I've been watching some different trailers, and it looks a little bit better. So I'll give it a watch this weekend. I'll see how it is. And then I haven't seen A Quiet Place, so I'm not going to go watch A Quiet Place Part 2.
Oh, really? I thought I could have sworn you watched the first one.
No, I haven't seen it. It's on Hulu. I know it's on Hulu. Although, because
you can just wait the 45 days, though.
I'll wait the 45. Plus. I'm not in a rush. Yeah, I'm not in a rush. To go see it. Maybe I'll watch them both back to back. I have no idea. So, but I think on that note, guys, I know Enosh right now is streaming over on the Poindexter Lounge, and he invited me to come over. I was just going to stream for a little bit before he went live. But he's up right now. I'm going to step over there for a few minutes before I bail off and go to sleep. I'll drop the link here in the chat. RJ, are you going to pop over there?
Yes, I will be. Yep.
All right. Yeah. So RJ and I are going to pop over there. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate everybody coming in tonight, hanging out, supporting the channel is awesome. I like streaming this. I've been doing this nightly, and it's been a lot of fun. So I'll be back on tomorrow night, probably a little bit later because I got to go to work tomorrow night. And I'll see everyone tomorrow. Have yourself a great day. Thank you for liking the video and subscribing and all that jazz. And peace the hell out.